Hey everyone, welcome to GrayManPrepping. It's time for Tactical Tuesday, Tactics, Gear, and more, and we are going to be going over some tactics tonight because tonight's topic has to do with bug out, but most importantly, bug out locations. So we're going to be covering that. And let me get back over here. Boom. How's everybody doing? And I immediately freeze. Alrighty, so let me get over here to the comments. I said there were 88 comments that I haven't seen on StreamYard, so let me go back up to the top and let's see what it is showing up there. All right, first one here was Passamaquoddy, followed by Walt Rogers. And yes, Walt, I totally messed up last night in multiple ways. As soon as I get done saying hi to everybody, I'll explain what my screw up was yesterday. All right, let's see. Troop 1351 is here. Fishes and Loaves Life is in the house. Phelan Clan Wolf, Idaho Garden Girl, Cowgirl Hippie Chick's here. And Green Granny 2 Denise is here. All the Things Acres. And did I say Tammy Aker? Tammy Aker is here. Jay is in the house. And all right, everyone's talking back and forth. And let's see what we got here. Gear Grinding 19 is here. And I've noticed that Gear Grinding's ancestral accent is coming out more in his videos. Creative Redundancy, CR is in the house. Catching Up Food Forest Permaculture. Hey, Howie. Sarah Boss is here. Alicia is in the house. And I'm scrolling through as everybody's chit-chatting back and forth. And Suzanne Goulet is here. And Where to Begin Homestead. Hey, Janice. And, wow. And bloop. Yeah, Carol goes boop every time I freeze. Gets me to unfreeze quicker. Mary Beth Smith, how's it going? And wow. I mean, people are just, I mean, the number, the chat's just flowing here fast. Tibor, how's it going? Alrighty. Tammy, Rebel Canners is in the house. Woohoo. And I think I'm down at the bottom. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. Trying to keep up on everybody, get down here to the end. Okay, a couple things here. Yesterday, what happened yesterday? I spaced. I kind of spaced. And so I totally lost track of what day it was because Courtney was without power, I guess, Sunday night, didn't go live, so I didn't get a pop-up scene every Sunday because I start setting stuff up when Courtney's reminder pops up, and I totally forgot to set it up. And then about 6 o'clock, 5:45 last night, I plopped in The Hobbit, kicked back to watch it. And by the time I woke up, The Hobbit was over with, and the live stream time was gone from the live stream. And it's like, oh, crap, I just better go take a shower and go to bed. So that's what I did. Well, I took a shower, went to bed for a little bit, woke back up, came in the computers, said hi a bunch of stuff on Facebook, and then, checked some other things, went to bed. All right. So that's what happened last night. I mean, it was just a total burnout thing. All right. All righty. Okay, for those that aren't following suspicious observers, you really ought to be checking it out because a couple days ago, about 4 days ago, 5 days ago, Ben started putting out warnings about stuff because of the size of the coronal hole that was passing in front, and he gave warnings that we're going to have some really high geomagnetic winds and everything else. The geomagnetic storms went up past 6, past 7. I mean, just a hair away from 8 on the scale. And because of the weakening magnetosphere, they really hit hard, took effect. There was the red aurora was seen down in Florida. Okay, and along with that, with the electromagnetic circuit going on and everything, there was a massive monster tornado. Everybody has heard about it, and he was talking, and he was giving warnings about this several days ago about possibility of tornadoes and stuff. So, if you're not subscribed to him, you might want to consider subscribing to him. He has early in the morning. He has a video come out. Anywhere from 4 to 7 minutes is all it is, and he goes over some of the highlights papers that are out, talking about the scientific papers that are peer reviewed and stuff. Does stuff on the sun, showing what's going on, all the different stuff. Really good. I find it enlightening. All righty. Next thing, Jay. All right, Jay. Okay. My oldest cousin's name is James Quentin Laudenslager. Big name. Big guy, too. I think he was like 6'6". Anyways, he's always been called Jay. Just that's his name, Jay, Jay. So, Jay, every time I see you, I think of my cousin. All righty, so tonight's live stream is going to be a lot like kind of like a lesson. I was debating whether or not even to do it as a live stream or just to do it as a teaching video and then put it out as a premiere. But I want to get feedback from you guys and questions. So if you have a question as I'm going through here, please put it in capital block letters. And if you need to, copy it and put it twice in a row. That way it pops out at me. Hey, Vanessa Kitty, how's it going? All righty, so let's see, anything else I want to talk about before I hop into this? Oh yeah, everybody, hydrate. Keep yourself hydrated. All righty here. Oh yeah, so I will be doing 2 channel members only wheels, giving away Amazon gift cards, and I have one was a trivia question from a video this week, and it's a rather funny one, so that may have given it away already to some of you. All right, so hey Jujubee. Alrighty, so let's get into this here. So let's make me small and other screen big. There we go. All right, so bug out. We're talking about bug out locations. I'm going to talk a little bit about why you might bug out, but mainly I'm going to talking about facts about bug out locations, things you need to consider, and I'm going to give you some examples of some people that have moved to the bug out locations already. Oh, finally, she's here. It's CB at Hugo Homestead. All righty, so what does bug out mean? Well, it's an intransitive verb, and it has a couple definitions. The main one is to retreat during a military action, especially. And if anybody used to watch the old TV show MASH, there were several times where they bugged out and they moved to camp from one location to another location. Another thing is to flee and panic, and we do not want to flee and panic. And yes, Alicia, I'm going to be getting on that. Bugging out should be one of the last resorts. Okay? Unless something specifically happens that makes the area where you are at untenable for your staying there, you stay there. Cool! Thank you, Tammy. We got two Tammys in here tonight. We got Tammy Aker and Tammy of Rebel Canners. I'm not even going for the Powerball. I would like to win what's called Lucky Idaho. You win $1,000 a day for the rest of your life. If I get one of those tickets, if I ever win one, Froze, I'm not cashing in. I'm giving it to the staff sergeant, so she's taken care for the rest of her life because I'm 8 years older than she is, and she'll probably outlive me anyway, since women outlive men anyways. All right, so this is the definition of bug out. But as far as preppers goes, it means, oh, something bad really happened. I need to get out of here and go somewhere. Now, let me switch this here. Some prepper channels, and I use the term loosely when I say prepper channels, some panic channels. Oh, anything happens, you need to bug out immediately. Oh, we got somebody sick, bug out. Oh, wow. There's a drought going on, bug out. Oh, wow, there's a wildfire, bug out. No, like you said, bugging out is not your first choice. It's down the list and it's near last. Hey, Suburban Hillbilly, how's it going? All righty, so next one here. All right, let me make me small and it big. Okay, when you're looking for a bug out location, there are several things to take into consideration. You may not need all these things to make it work, okay? These are just some things to take into consideration to help you pick out a good location, all right? And there's other things on here that aren't quite on this list that some people will say need to be on the list, and I'll probably cover more than those. All right, if you're looking for an actual bug out location, someplace that you're going to have all set up where you can go to, distance is one of the things to take into consideration. For a SHTF, Tawaki, situation where it's, the balloon has gone up, the poop has hit the fan, and it's going full blown wild Brahma bull ride, and you need to get out now. Okay, how long is it going to take you to get to that location? How is there just one road to get there, or are there multiple roads? Okay, 2. Is seclusion? Are you away from the highways and other stuff? Is it a well protected area that is not going to draw attention to itself even when you're not there? Okay, how do you get there? The routes, the mode, the time it takes. That's kind of part of distance there. But are there multiple roads and stuff you can take there? Take there in case something's wrong. All right, for my wife and I, to get to our bug out location from California, usually we take 80 and we got to go through Donner Pass. Well, if Donner Pass is shut down, what other ways do we have? Well, if 50 is open, we can go 50. If we have to, we can go all the way down to Tehachapi and take the road out to Vegas, take Vegas up to St. George, take 15 north from St. George, all the way up here. So, otherwise we can go up into Oregon, almost to Washington, and come around the top. Okay. Shelter. Is there shelter there already? Is there a house on site? Is there a barn there? Something to consideration. Is there something there already where if you need to use it right now, you can use it right now? And I'm checking the things. Cell phone zombies are one block over. Okay, I'm just checking the chat, looking for questions. Okay. All right. Water. Is there a water, at least one water source on the property? Does the property come with water rights where you can put in a well? Something else to consider. Is the property able to become self-sufficient? Will you be able to grow food? Will you be able to grow livestock there? Is it of sufficient size for you to do this? Security. Is it someplace that can be secured? Do you have a long private road going up to that way down at the regular road? You can put a super heavy duty gate in, block it off, put another gate farther up to block it off, and just make it so people can't get up there. Are there natural threats in that area? Winter storms that you got to worry about with, 6-8 feet of snow being dumped on you. Tornadoes, hurricanes, earthquakes, natural threats. The next one has to do with government, mainly city or most likely county government, and that's red tape. Is there a lot of red tape to try to build a house? Is there a lot of red tape to put in a well? Is there, septic system? Is there a lot of red tape to try to develop it for something that you can use? That's why when something like this, you might want to look for something that already has a house, a well, and a septic tank system on it already. Okay, Jay, it looks like Jay has a question here. If you have a bug out site with living quarters on it, do you want the structure to actually look like a house or maybe it's just a beat up machine? Well, see, that's one of the things you have to decide. How you want it to look, what sort of presence you want to put out there. If you were able to get 20, 30 acres dirt cheap that has a house on it and it's way back where nobody can see it, why try changing to hide it up? All right. All right, so let's go to the next one here. The best places, I'm not telling a specific state, the best things about a bug out location. A, outside of any, quote, danger zone that you are preparing for. All right. Example, we picked our retirement home as our bug out location. That's where I'm at right now, getting it ready. The city here is 1/4 mile square. 413 people live in the city. It's well outside of most danger zones, and I got a lot of like-minded people here. High ground, it's a little bit. It's not like high ground, but before the Snake River could flood us, it's going to have to flood 50,000 acres around here first, 10 feet deep before it gets to us. And all that has runoff as well. So well hidden, I'm kind of hiding in plain sight here. All right. We were looking at something on the other side of the state that was, we had a couple of 100-acre lots we were looking at, until my daughter decided she was going to get married and stay here on the eastern side of Idaho, and that kind of just flushed that down the toilet. By a creek or a river, okay, 1/4 mile away is the Snake River. Actually, less than a 1/4 mile away, but the way you have to drive to, it's a 1/4 mile to it. I also have irrigation ditch flowing through both of the properties up here. Agricultural land, yes, it is. Both places, even though they're in the city, are listed as agricultural. Cabin in the woods, that's what we were looking at originally, but that's the most to consider if you're thinking about for your bug out location. getting a vacation home, like a cabin in the woods, and developing it into a retreat, a redoubt, a bug out location. That's something to do. Now, some people don't have the money to put into it right away, so their bug out location could be a relative's house outside the city. Let me jump back on this here real quick. I'm trying to watch the time so I don't go over here and I get some of the stuff going away. All right, I've talked about this before, especially on my other channel, Camp Pet and Family Compound, before I revived this channel. There was a couple that were prepping and doing everything else. And so there was both their parents, and I'm not sure, I can't remember quite the breakup, but there were 3 siblings. At least one from one and 2 from the other. Okay, it has to be that way. Okay, and everyone, everyone heard how they're, they're talking like Thanksgiving. So, well, if something happens, we're just going to come visit you. And they both got pissed at their relatives, and they went home mad. And they were thinking about, well, we can eat. All right, we're going to have a family meeting. And they invited the family all over, like another Thanksgiving dinner type thing, over, and sat them down and handed them paperwork saying, this is what we've been putting away. This is how much we're spending on it. You think you're just going to come here and mooch off of us without putting anything towards the supplies? And when the relatives saw how much they had been spending on their stuff, it's kind of like, oh shit, they didn't realize. And as the thing went on, and people started talking, well, what can we do? Can we help add supplies here so we have some place to come? And I froze again, because they were outside of the general area. They were out in a nice area. They had a couple acres. I think it had like 2.5 acres. And as the evening went on, they were talking about, well, we have this, but we only have so much room here to store food anyways. And then someone came up with the idea of getting one of those tough sheds. And they figured out, all right, they're going to get the tough shed, but they need to insulate it to help protect the food inside. And they talked all the expenses. In the long run, they wound up getting a tough shed. The other family members chipped in to buy the tough shed, insulate it, hook it up with a heater AC unit, so it would cool it in the summertime and heat it in the wintertime. So no one's food, and they all chipped in and actually got the whole family together on it and created a retreat at a relative's house. This couple. All right, so let me go back here. So, and I'm not sure what happened later on if they other family members wound up buying property nearby or not. But okay, worst places for a bug out location. Let's tell you what. Hang on a second here. Let me stop that, and I got to get something else here up here, real quick here. I need to get this back open. I'm going to do what I got to do, spin the wheel here, so I got to get the wheel set up here. There we go. All righty. Just so everybody else, I noticed that some people have dropped off as members, whether it's because they have to renew monthly because of the way their payment method is set up, or whether they were here on a gift membership. All righty. So let me see. Present, share screen, entire, there. And share, and boom, there we go. And let me put this down here. There we go. All righty, so this is a giveaway for channel members only. Hey, Shadow Scout Sweet, how's it going? How to Garden, Glenn, how's it going? All right, so channel members. Now, if you notice, there are some channel members that are on here twice. Those are the ones that are paying the higher fee for the Gray Man level. They get on the part of the gray man level means they get on the wheel twice. All right, so, and we have, I think I got 6 gray man level members. So let's give away a $5 Amazon gift card. Star Homestead Inn. Has anybody seen Star? I didn't see Star come in. Has anybody seen Star? Has anybody seen Star? Well, let me check over here. Oh, Tennessee Tactical One, how you doing? Not yet, not yet. Alicia, not tonight. Okay. Well, I'll give him a couple more seconds just in case he's going to pop in here at the last here. All righty. I'll give him a... got a question. How do you do channel members? I use my credit card. And I know a lot of people just use the credit card. That way it does automatically, and you have to do it about it. There's some other ways of doing it besides PayPal, and there's Google Wallet. I guess you can use that or something like that. I don't know. All the ones I join, I do PayPal. I mean, I do my credit card. I don't do PayPal. All right, and he's not showing up when I type his name in. Start typing, and it doesn't auto-populate. Okay, all righty. Let's close that. Let's shuffle and try giving away another $5. Trying to give away the first $5 Amazon gift card. And Walt Rogers is doing it. Walt, I know you were here at the beginning. Are you still here? Walt, are you still here? Let's see. Yeah, okay, there he is. He says, I'm here. All right, so let me write Walt down for the first one. All right, now let me... all right, got that there. All righty, let me get back in here and change that around there. Let me drop that down. There we go. Okay, now we're going to talk about worst places. All right, worst places to... all right, worst places for bug out location. I'm going to check get my data over here ready, make sure I got it all right here. Okay. So anywhere in the city, if you're bugging out, you're not going to bug out to another part of the city. You're going to bug out. All right, so so there's probably one. Now, anywhere nearby a major road. Why? Because if you only go so far out and you have a place and people are going farther out than where you're at, they're going to be going right by you. So you don't want to be by a major road. You also don't want it to be easily spotted. You don't want to be down in a valley or have the low ground, a bunch of hills around you and stuff, and this goes to an extreme here, where you can where someone can set up on a hill and snipe at you. Okay. Now, if you're in a little low area, but you are surrounded by trees on your property, being surrounded by trees on your property, whether you're up high or down low, has its own advantages and disadvantages. Okay. You don't want arid land, i.e. no water available. Okay, you don't want a dry piece of land. You also don't want to be in a well-known area, and I got some pictures here coming up here to talk about that. And you don't want to bug out to a state or county, quote, resource centers where they have the rules of we get to search you before you come in and take anything that we don't think you should have. Okay, that's just a personal thing on my part. I recommend people, if you can, if you're going to buy a property, get it away from where there's going to be a resource center. Get it away from stuff like that. Okay. Now these are force multipliers for the homestead, urban home, or bug out location. Your skills and training. Now with this, I'm going to recommend you check out a lot of the playlists over on Corsair Trainers. He does a lot of training, talks about force multipliers, security, legal issues involving weapons. He has a lot of good information over there. If you're not subscribed to Steve at Corsair Trainers, check on that. Barriers. There's barriers are force multipliers. Barriers can be blackberries, they can be pyracantha bushes, they can be a rock wall, a low rock wall property boundary, different things like that. Technology, closed circuit TV cameras. Let's see, motion sensors, anything that'll let you know that somebody's out there doing something. And drone technology too. Know the terrain well of your bug out location. All right, don't just go out. If you buy a cabin in the woods, just don't go out there, spend a week in the cabin, right around the cabin, and come back. You go out there, hike around, learn your property well. The other thing is your mindset. Some people, they get stuff set up, but they don't have the mindset to survive. And one of the important things of mindset is you're willing to learn. You want to learn more. Tammy, I understand that exactly what you're saying. All right, so these are some of the force multipliers, things that help you just the property become better prepared by having these things that you can apply there. Okay, bugging out. Let me talk a little bit about bugging out. Well, this map is a population map. The darker the color, the more dense the population. I'm not going to spend too much time on this, but you can pretty well figure out, I'm going to go to California here, the San Francisco Bay Area. Oh, it's pretty dark there. Yeah, that's one of the reasons my wife and I wanted to get out of there. All right, other areas around New York and stuff. There are certain areas that are just high in population. You don't want to be there. Someone put this up, and they were saying, "Oh, the best states is North or South Dakota. It's so sparse and stuff." Well, I've been to North and South Dakota. That's one of the reasons I'm in Idaho. I've seen it. I've been there. When I was in North Dakota, Dickinson, North Dakota, has the most treated water in the United States. I drank water there the first day I was there. I spent the next week in the hospital from all the chemical reactions from all the chemicals. And all the things Acres has a good point. No trees, no water. So, I mean, you can't just take someone's word. This is the best. Well, it may be best for them, but it's most likely not going to be best for you. Do your research. Check into the places. Here's another one showing someone likes mountains. Here's your main mountain ranges, and of course, in California they got the Sierra Nevadas, but they forgot the coastal mountain ranges. And one of the tallest mountains in California, besides Mount Whitney down in Southern California, is up in the San Francisco Bay Area called Mount Diablo. It has the largest footprint for ham radio broadcasting. in the United States, the largest footprint. Okay, let's see. Someone else was really talking about the Blue Ridge physiological province areas and the different things out there. If that's the area you want to go to, research it a lot. Wrong one. Now here's another one. This goes back into one of the things I was talking about. First of all, this is national forest. You can't buy the land in the national forest. All right. And if it's a well-known area with campsites and creeks and lakes and stuff, you're not going to be the only one bugging out there if people have to bug out there. Okay. There's, some people say, oh, it's a great location to scope out national parks and stuff and national forest. You can't buy the land. You can't build anything there. So, yeah. Now, this one here, I know it's kind of fuzzy, but it's actually one worked out pretty good. Someone had his bug out location up near the Roosevelt National Forest, not in it, near it. Some private land that he owned up there, and he was just showing people what he shouldn't have done, showing people how he used Google Maps to mark both a foot and driving trail to get up there, to get to that place. Now he has a route. Well, he only has one route marked out, and I can see 4 or 5 other routes to mark on there right now, ways to get up there. You do not want to be part of the crowd bugging out. And so that's one of the things you want to do. I just throw something to comment here. Most people don't know this. Any property being bought in Nevada does not come with water rights. Or if it does come with water rights, you cannot access it without a permit to put in a well from the state. That's another reason why we did not settle in Nevada. All right. Country. And this goes back to the national park. Oh, we're just going to go up to the campsites and we're going to stay in the campsites. Not a good idea. And actually looking at the time, let me go ahead and drop back here. All right. Here's the crap, forgot it here. Hang on, let me check something else out here real quick here. Bring this back up. I got to check something out here, make sure everything's going on here. Okay. All righty. So, make myself big again. So here's the question, folks. The question for today. And I froze. In one of my videos since last Tuesday, I talked about something that is a natural flavor, but most people don't know what it comes from. What was the thing I was talking about that people don't know where it comes from? All right, anybody? Let's see how it takes someone to get it. And I'm looking. Vanilla, 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 vanilla. Okay, vanilla was the thing, but all right, Juju B. Okay, let's see here. I got several of them got here. Let me go back from the top. Okay, I'm going from the bottom up as I scroll back up. Cowgirl got it. Juju got it. Phelan got it. Beaver juice. Or as I said in the video, beaver butt juice from the gland at the beaver's butt. And we've talked about it on Courtney's a lot. So yeah, the imitation vanilla comes from the butt gland on the Norwegian beaver. All right, so let me write Phelan down for that one. L-A-N. Okay. All righty, get back here. Yeah. Ick. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. So okay, good. Juju agrees with me. Phelan was first. Yeah. And also raspberry comes from this, the glands too. Yeah, raspberry flavor. Ugh. So artificial, even though they say natural flavors, you now know what those natural flavors are. Ugh. All right, and let me looking at the timer. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel again. So let me get that up there, and we are going to. Come on, wheel. Where is it? Where's my wheel? There's my wheel. All righty. So, are you ready? Let's give away another $5 Amazon gift card. Actually, let me do shuffle here a bit and send it out here. Idaho Garden Girl. I know you were in the chat. Are you still there? I want to see it. I'm here, so I can give it to you. Idaho Garden Girl. I'm here. Oh, Whoopi works. Yeah, okay. All righty. So let me drop this back down here. I want to take a comment that I just saw there. Tibor. That is actually a little bit about how they did it. For those that don't know, perfume, they used some of the juices from the different glands of the skunk. Because some of the glands, whatever mixes with that gland juice sticks and lasts for a long time. And they're trying to make perfumes that last a long time. And they they boiled down whatever they did down to it from that gland from the skunk, and then they scented it with all the stuff to come up with perfumes. And there were some other animals they were doing that with too. And then they tried it with the beaver, and they found, well, this smells like vanilla. Wait a minute, this one smells like raspberry. We got some flavors here from the Norwegian beaver. Hey, Star, you're late. You missed the first spin, Star. All righty, so the last wheel here was Steph, Idaho Garden Girl, and I will get these emailed out, sent out from Amazon as soon as the live stream's over. Okay, let's get back here to this here. All right, so back to talking about bug out locations. Well, some people say, "Oh, we're just going to go camping. We're going to bug out to the wilderness, and we're going to, stay up there in the national forest, whatever, and camp out." Well, I already told you, the bad. If it's an existing campsite, other people are going to know about it as well. All right, if you're out in the country and you have a shack like this, we'll have an outhouse there. People probably aren't going to try to steal anything from it. If I owned that, one of the first things I'd be doing would be digging a hole and putting a basement in where I'd have everything hidden beneath the floorboards and down like that. Same thing with this, where you got it back up against the, back up against the hill a little bit, and you got a sod roof on it so that it's well hidden. No sod roof on this one yet, but this one here is is definitely a log cabin with the chinking in there, and it's got a hillside behind it. So if that hillside's all your property for acres beyond that, that's one of the things you have to look at and decide: is this property someplace you want to be at up there? This is where someone took a cargo container buried it under just a couple inches of dirt, just enough to hide it. And problem is, this is good for food storage. This is a great root cellar, but I wouldn't want to be inside there. This is someone else's. I didn't want to grab all the photos of it because I didn't want to dime them out too much. Basically, inside here, they have a stairwell that goes down to an underground bunker. And it's up against the hillside. So once they finish piling all the dirt around it and stuff, around the sides, you'll just have, you'll be able to hide it real easy with some plants. Mad Max time, folks. Yes, we are in the city of the Thunderdome on this one here. Yes, you are going to find some cool gear left by people bugging out. Thank you, All Things Acres, super sticker. Woohoo! Thank you, thank you, thank you. But yeah, so this one here, this looks like they used a bunch of the 10-foot ones, the 10-foot cargo containers, and just piled them together. Unfortunately, that's a target. These things will not stop much more than a 25 caliber bullet. All right, city urban. Yeah, you want to bug out. You don't want to find an abandoned building that, oh, I'm going to go over to this abandoned building. Nobody's around there. Well, I guarantee you there's a lot of people that know about the abandoned buildings, whether they're gangs, drug dealers, homeless people, or whatever. And they're going to be, there's going to be other people that are going to be going to that same place. And all of a sudden you get in there and all of a sudden it's like, where did this 300 people come from? Crap, I got to get out of here. Bugging in, the most popular thing to do for most events. You want to fortify your home, basically reversing your doors, reinforcing windows, putting hurricane shutters on them, strengthening the walls, strengthening the outside of the home, clearing fields of fire. But with that, you need to go over to Corsair Trainers. He's done several videos on the legality of fields of fire and using firearms to defend your home. Just want to say, you don't want to tell you, I got these fields of fire all set up at my house, because then that people are going to know about that. And after the event, someone may come after you saying, you had premeditatedly planned to kill people. All right. But then at your home, stand at your home, reversing your doors. One of the things that reversing doors is you have your doors that open in, reverse it so the doors, you have another door so it has to open out. That way they can't just kick it in. You can also reinforce the doors with a steel framework and stuff like that. I did a whole video on windows and doors, reinforcing them and stuff. That's one to go check out on that. And the windows, I've talked about putting the shattering prevention film on it, and stuff like that. Strengthening walls. I've talked about that, and other ones where you can, and depending on your area, if you don't need a lot of insulation in your door because you have a temperate climate like Southern California, and that froze. Some people recommend, filling the wall with gravel, and they even have test firing showing how it reacts and stops bullets. Outside the home, plants. Plants are probably your best protection outside the home. If you put bars on your windows, that's a double-edged sword. It lets people know, hey, they put bars on the windows. They must have something there they want to protect. All right, let's go on to the next one here. Like us, Yossi said, concrete houses. Bob talked about over in the Philippines, concrete houses. Here's stonework houses. Problem is with stonework houses Is it earthquake territory? You know, how well reinforced is it? Bunkers. Someone says, well, I'm just going to put a bunker underneath my house so I can escape. They'll come into my house, see it's empty, and leave. And we go back to the 50s and the Cold War and the bunkers underneath the yard. Actually, it's, you know, there are more bunkers like this than what people admit to that are out there. And there's the concrete tube one, and they get into it from the backyard. That one's part of the giveaway. I don't like that. I like the one where it's hidden inside the house under the floorboards, pop-up type thing. But these are some of the more modern ones that you can get. And these things are reinforced to be stronger. And you can see in the back there, this has two entrances. It has an emergency entrance out here in the foreground, which is hidden. Then it has another one going up that's going to have either a garden shed on it, or it's going to have the spring-loaded trap door out there, which, you know, garden shed is better because it helps hide it. Okay, and let's see. But most important thing, if you're planning on doing a bug out or bugging in, have a plan. Write it down. If it's not written down, it's a plan to fail. If you are bugging out to your cabin your vacation cabin that you've purchased, have a plan. Have a book. Have a little booklet, whatever, that talks about different routes you can take. And I've talked extensively about plans. I got several videos on plans and prepping for beginners. And I got 3 ones on making plans and one talking about SMART goals and plans. So, but even if you're bugging in, have a plan that says, oh, if this happens, we're going to stay here, and this is what we're going to do. If this happens, we're going to, tape up the inside of the windows, keep any chemicals out from whatever chemical explosions out there causing problems. If this happens, we're going to do this. If this happens, okay, it's time to get out of here. You need to have that when it's time to get out of here written down. And you have several layers of when it's time to get out of there from whatever's going on. Write it down, work on it. If you're an individual, you know, get family members to brainstorm with you. Might get them to make their own plans too. All right, and let's see what else I have here. And remember, don't be part of the crowd. All right. Yeah, I love when the plan comes together. All right. Yeah, practice your plan. Remember, a plan is a living document. It changes. As you learn more, as you develop more skills, you're suddenly going to go, oh, this plan I made 5 years ago is not quite right. I need to make some tweaks to it so it's going to be better. Ranger Rob, how's it going? And so, yeah, a plan is a living document. And I'm going to go back to where I used to work, Homeland Security. As the emergency management coordinator there, that was my main part of my job, was writing plans, testing plans, seeing where the plans failed, rewriting the plans, making them better, testing them again. And so that's what, always evolving plans, always working on them. As we tested them, we found out, okay, we all had a great idea. It didn't work. We had failure points here. Froze. We had failure points here, here, and here. We need to address those and fix those. So that's why when you're making plans, don't just write it out once and put it on the shelf and forget about it. Check it, practice it, work on it. Joe, Garden State Gardener is in the house. All righty, so, oh, shoot. Let me go ahead and throw this up here. I got the one banner going. I forgot to put the other one in here. And these down below here are my channel members. Woohoo! All right, let me pull something up over here. And so we can talk about stuff coming up here. All right, so some live streams coming up tomorrow. 7 o'clock Eastern is Wide Family Farm. Thursday, 10 a.m. also is Wide Family Farm. Then at, these are Eastern times, then at 11:55 p.m., 5 minutes to midnight, is back here at GrayManPrepping for the Midnight Ride. Open chat, whatever, it goes by what's in the chat there. All the different things come in. I have some things to talk about to start it off, and we'll see where it goes. Next Friday here, not here, but over on my other channel, Camp Patton Family Compound. We're talking about gardening again. How soon is too soon to plant? And I've been seeing a lot of people posting on Facebook. Oh, it's warm. I'm planting. Oh, crap. It froze again. And Martha at Old School Prepper has put out several videos about planting. She just put one out today, I think it was, or maybe it was yesterday, on soil temperature. And she put one out last week on planting by the moon cycle calendar as well. All right, next Tuesday here. It's going to be more interaction with everybody there. Is going to be about what are you preparing for? And we're going to talk about what different one you're preparing for, why you're preparing for that particular event, and is there an event you should be preparing for that you don't have on your list? All right, let's see. Alicia's saying waiting for another month before planting indoors. Yeah. Now, for those of you that haven't been following along, I've done a couple videos on the indoor garden. Most of the videos still wound up over on Camp Patton Family Compound. I still do a couple updates on here. My lettuce is going bonkers. I just took 2 big garbage bags across the street, not garbage bags, the shopping bags from Walmart and stuff, full of lettuce across the street to my daughter and her rabbits. And as soon as I got over there, the youngest, Oliver, lettuce! And he ate about 3 big leaves of lettuce before I started feeding it to the rabbits. So, all righty. And so that's what's coming up here in the next week. On April 7th is Friday, April 7th is the beginning of Easter weekend. May or may not go live on that day because a lot of people may be doing other things and nobody may be around. We'll see what the feedback is. Everybody wants me to go on live on that Friday night before Easter. All right. All righty. I want to thank everybody who came in here. Some of the questions and statements that were posted in there. See, All Things Acres, snow here. CR, snow here too. Me too. Frost last week wiped out the red bud trees all around my neighborhood. Don't plant, Tibor, don't plant until after Mother's Day. Yeah, exactly. And here's the thing. We've had snow here the first week of June. We didn't have it last year, the year before that, but the year before that we had snow here. And so we just have to see what the temperature looks like and what the far out projection is. So that's coming up here on the on Camp Patton Family Compound. Yeah. Unfortunately, unless you've worked for unless you actually work for the Department of have worked for it or currently work for the Department of Homeland Security, Presidential Homeland Security Directive number 2 makes it a felony to possess one of these. I was going to give one to a friend of mine, and my boss goes, we can't give away any parts of the uniform, especially the hats. So sorry. Otherwise, I would be, I can get more hats, and I could have been giving them away, but so I can't. Oh, what's it? Hang on a second. I got to look at something here. All right, close that and check here. All right, coming up here, my temperatures here in Idaho. Ooh, the low tonight is 30 degrees, mostly cloudy. Tomorrow starts off with 20% chance of snow showers before 11 a.m., then a chance of rain and snow showers between 11 and 1, then a chance of rain after 1 in the afternoon, mostly cloudy, high near 43, and then precipitation is 50% chance of precipitation during the day, 50%, little or no snow accumulation. If it's raining, I hope there's no snow accumulation. Tomorrow night, snow showers likely before 9, then snow and rain. And then we got snow Wednesday night, 70% chance of snow. Thursday, 60% chance of snow. Thursday night, 60% chance of snow. Friday, 50% chance of snow. Friday night, slight chance of snow, then mostly cloudy. Saturday, 30% chance of snow. Saturday night, 60. Yeah, so we're back into snow all the way through to next Tuesday. So much for the warm weather we had. I mean, I was out there. Most of the snow is gone off the front lawn. And it's like, yes. And I saw it. It's like, no, it's going to be back again. Oh, yes. Friday, 11:30 p.m. Eastern Time. Fishes and Loaves Life is doing Friday. So head on over there for that. And Star wants everybody to ship snow to him. He wants to cool down his part of India so his plants grow better. So anybody that can afford it, box up the snow and send it to Star. All right, everybody. Thanks for coming by, and we will see you hopefully tomorrow at 7 Eastern on Wide Family Farm. And then Thursday morning for those who are up early, also Wide Family Farm. Midnight ride here for Thursday night. All right, folks. See you around. And now I'll wait for StreamYard to end.